Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport on YouTube and Sportskeeda. In this video we're going to be previewing Wolves versus Manchester United. Now this is a big game obviously for Manchester United in the top four. Luke Tanner, how do we see this going for Manchester United to try and get and secure this top four place in the Premier League?
This will be a tough game for them. Obviously they played in the FA Cup and they lost. Obviously they changed the team a little bit. But the Wolves game was probably their worst performance under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer since he took over. And Wolves are a really good team. Like there's the top six, and then there's everyone below, and they are at the top of the second league. And they've taken some big scalps off teams this year. They've beaten your beloved Chelsea at the Molineux. They drew at Stamford Bridge. They drew against City. They beat Spurs at Wembley. The only team that's not being in the top six is Liverpool. Thought I'd add that in there.
Of course you did. But yeah, in terms of Manchester United, you know, this is people are describing the run-in terms of Liverpool and Man City for the league, but the top four is also important as well. You've got
top four is equally as interesting to watch.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you've got Tottenham Hotspur now slipping down into this top four title race. You've got Arsenal, you've got Manchester United, and I'd say Chelsea, but you know,
I think you're probably
at the bottom. But yeah, in terms of Manchester United, just signed a new deal for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He is now the permanent manager of Manchester United. You know, does Ole need to end the season well? I mean, obviously, since he's come in, he would be top of the league in terms of points that he's got since joining.
I think he'd be like 4 points clear or something like that.
So, you know, obviously he's done well since he's come in, but now to have the permanent role, is this now just finish the end of the season well to then talk about summer transfers?
I think when he came in, I think his goal would be like steady the ship, get us playing good football again. I don't think the board or even any United fan thought that he could fire them back into that top four in that top four race. And now I think some United fans must be thinking top three. They can finish in that third spot. It's like, especially with this race, there's going to be times where United will be third and when Arsenal will be third, and there could be a time where Chelsea are fourth or something like that. So there's plenty of twists and turns, and I reckon Wolves aren't going to exactly lie down and just say you can just walk all over us, because they've got to play Arsenal as well. So Wolves have got a massive say on who's going to finish top four, and I reckon like it could be the wheels might come off again for Ole, because Wolves proved in the FA Cup they just sat deep and let United have the ball and then just hit them on the counter attack, and it worked. So it could be a draw. Like, it would not surprise me if United dropped points here, because let's be honest, they were probably lucky to beat Watford at Old Trafford. Some United fans saying that Watford were unlucky not to get a point out of the game, and I think recently performances have dipped. They've dipped, especially like the Arsenal game after the PSG game. Like, obviously United fans thought obviously the toll it took out of them, like not a great performance was always going to happen, but like the Wolves game was poor. Like, you could have looked on the touchline and saw Jose Mourinho standing there. That was a Jose-esque performance, and I think that if they're not, like, they've got to pick up their performances. Obviously, like, not a lot of players went on international duty, so they should be fresh, ready for the final run-in. They're not in any other cup competitions. They're out the FA Cup. They've got the Champions League. I forgot that they were still in the Champions League.
They've still got that cup competition to fight for.
But it's not like Liverpool, who went out to Wolves in the FA Cup.
Yeah, oh God, Liverpool deserved to go out to Wolves, because that was shocking.
But in terms of Wolves in the Premier League, obviously, like you said, you've run off how many good results they've had against the top teams this year. If they get this result against Manchester United, is this one of their best seasons in terms of their history in obviously the Premier League, but in general?
I think in their recent histories, yeah, obviously when they were last in the Premier League, they got relegated, then they suffered, went all the way back down to League One, and then obviously they've been rebuilding, especially under the tutelage of Nuno, and obviously with the behind the scenes of Jorge Mendes. Because I think you can say about what the owners, it's been like the Mendes run club. Like, you get so many Mendes clients. Nuno was actually one of his first clients. Neves, Moutinho, Jota, I think's a Mendes client, Patricio, maybe Raul Jimenez. So like obviously he's got a lot of pull in that club, especially bringing these young Portuguese players to the Molineux, saying, "Be here for a couple of years and we'll sell you on for massive profit." And that's the way Wolves are being run at the moment. So you wouldn't be surprised if they sell one of their big players this summer to a bigger team.
Yeah, well, it might fund them for next season as well. But in terms of this game, how do you see the result going then? Do you see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer winning, or do you see Nuno getting the better of him once again?
Draw. Yeah, draw. Yeah.
Any goals in this?
Yeah,
draw?
yeah. I reckon it'll be 1-1. I reckon Jota or Jimenez will score, and then Rashford, or one of the Rashford, Martial might score. Because United report if they play like that against Wolves, because I think Wolves are a slightly better team than Watford. I reckon Wolves will beat them again if they're not playing at their best.
Well,
I think it'll be draw.